morning, everyone. I have some good news and some bad news. So let's start with the bad news. The coffee that I'm about to review is going to be the last bagged coffee I buy, and that's going to be my promise to this channel, because the good news is I'm going to start roasting, and I need to get to roasting ASAP because I'm excited to get to roasting. I want to roast. I want to be able to share my roasts with my friends, with my family. I want to start selling some. So I'm going to start roasting soon. So to end my bagged coffee ventures for a good chunk of 2025, I'm going to end it with this guy right here. Flux Coffee. It's their Zambia coffee beans from the Kateshi estate. And I'm pumped to try this one. This is an extended anaerobic processed coffee. I don't know the tasting notes. I don't even remember looking at the tasting notes. All I know is I'm ready to try this. I have the kettle on the stove right now. And I'm going to use the kettle with the Yeti pour over, and I'm going to use the Bambino as well. So let's get to it. All right. I'm really excited to try this coffee. Anytime I'm up in New York, I always stop by Flux Coffee because they have a solid roasted coffee. And also, after the video I filmed yesterday, which was the Atlas Indian coffee from Tamil Nadu, it was my first time consuming coffee since my stomach bug that I had. And now I'm just ready to get back into the life of drowning myself in caffeine. So I don't know what I'm doing. Let's pop this bag open. Let's take a look at these beans. Oh wow, they really top this off. Smells good. Let's get some put in the hand. These are them here. And we're gonna go for 16 because we're gonna do the pour over first. 16 grams. I don't know what I'm smelling. It actually reminds me a little bit of the Atlas coffee from yesterday. So let's see what happens. I can't even close this bag. I don't know, is this 10 ounces? 10 and a half ounces. That thing is stacked. All right, I need paper filter. I know I'm like jumping around over here. I'm still half asleep. I just woke up thinking about making this video after uploading my last video. And just to put the time into reference, it's the start of Labor Day weekend. Today's Friday. And I want to pump out videos from Friday through Sunday. I already have a Friday video up. It's just gonna be tough, but I would like to try to get 2 more edited and just have like 3 videos just for the weekend. So hoping that I could pull it off. If not, you'll just have a nice video uploaded today. I don't even know. You're gonna have to go find out. All right, let's get this grinded up. I'm gonna put this on 20. Let's do 20. let's see. So we've got 16 in, 16 one out. Beautiful. What video did I upload? I don't even remember. Okay. I think it was an Atlas video. So it's gonna be the El Salvadorian. That bag design was so nice. All right, let me check on the temperature of the water. All right, we're at 79 degrees Celsius. Let's give that some time to heat up. And in the meantime, I could prep the espresso. I grinded this a little too early. Stupid guy. You know, after smelling this coffee, I'm a little worried now. It almost has like a metallic smell. But then again, it's like fruity. That also could be the anaerobic smell. So maybe that's what I'm smelling right now. All right, let's get another temp check. All right, it's pretty much ready. I'm gonna give it like 2 seconds and it should be at about 95 degrees Celsius the next time I check it. We're gonna heat up this filter and the mug, and then we will put in the coffee, do a pour over. We're gonna do a 20-to-1 ratio. So 16 in, 300 out. And then we will be going for the espresso. I think 300 should fit. I don't know, we already did 16, so we're doing 300. All right, that should be good. Let's get you guys set up. Okay, I got you guys set up. I left the coffee on the stove a little too long, so now we're at 100 degrees Celsius. So completely messed that up. So let's leave the top off. We'll let it cool down a little quicker this way. And then I'll have you guys check back in once it's at 95. So I'm gonna pour it out at 98 just to get the filter and the mug heated up. All right, let me move this, get it dumped. Good. Right there. All right, coffee in. Hope it wasn't sitting too long. All right, let's do the 16 one in. We're gonna go for a 50-gram bloom. Oh, 55. We'll let this sit for 45 seconds. Oh yeah. There we go. Sorry about that. Forgot to put the lights on. All right. I'm gonna go for 125. So it should be 175 when I'm done. Boom, 176. Let's let it go down. I feel like I got the grind pretty good on this one. We're at 1 minute. All right, let's go for another pour. I'm gonna go for 300. $303. All right. So I did it a little differently this time. Instead of letting it drain all the way through, I just waited like 10, 15 seconds and then poured right on top. I don't know if that was correct, but that's what my brain was telling me to do. So let's hope it worked out. And then let's move. Oh no, we can't yet. Yeah, let's let it drain. God, I just want to get this espresso going. I can't even close this bag, dude. This bag is packed. Okay, 2 minutes in, we're at 302.6. So we're going to be probably like 2 minutes, 30 seconds because it's already at the bottom where the grinds are. There it is. I think that's it. All right. Let me get this moved and we'll get the espresso prepped. So let's get 19 grams measured. Beautiful. There. 19 grams. We're gonna do, oh shit. We're gonna do 6. 6, let's do it. Oh, I didn't do a pre-measurement. No, it doesn't matter. Screwed that up. Good job, Nick. 2 days in a row. Screwing it up. Okay. Alright, so I think for this weekend it's going to be a busy one. We're back in New York again. Last week we were up for my aunt's birthday party. This week we have tomato sauce making tomorrow at my grandma's, or as we would say in our dialect, my aunt On's. I have my fantasy drip with my cousins on Saturday. And this year is the first year we invited non-cousins to join. So we have my sister-in-law and my fiance joining us. My sister-in-law, I think, knows a little bit about football. My fiance does too. So that'll be an interesting one. We have, what else? I think that's it. So we'll probably see my dad a little bit. We'll see my mom, my brother, and my nephews, and some of my cousins. It should be nice. And then the other thing that I do that I don't think I've ever mentioned it before, but I came up with the idea of creating a fantasy league for soccer, but it's based off of your mystery kit that you buy. So we all buy, so there's 18 of us this season. So we each buy a mystery kit, and obviously we'll work with the management of that company to make sure we don't get any duplicates. and the teams we pick are within the right window, like season window. And whatever kit you get is the team that represents you for the season. There's no lineup settings, there's none of that. You just have a jersey, that's your team, and you rock with it for the rest of the year. So it's a cool little kit, a cool little fantasy league I created. My cousin helps me run it. Let me get you guys close over here. No, well, let me run this machine. And the first year, we changed company. So the first year was the one and only time we did that one company where we did it internationally. I got a Mexican team called the Club Santos Laguna. Last year I had Real Betis. And I don't know who I'm gonna get this year, but we had a few good ones pulled. I know we have, well, I think we only have one good team pulled so far. I think we have Bayern Munich that was pulled. So see what happens. That's gonna be a tough one to beat. But if they do bad in Champions League, that could change everything. All right, let me get you guys on my tripod and I'll get you brought over. All right, got you up close. This looks good. So let's get that reset. Got the drip weight scale program and we're ready to go. Could have been a little, should have been a 5, but it's okay. It is okay. 10 seconds in, we're at 23 grams. Gonna go for 38. Damn, messed that up. So, even though it says 19 seconds, that last, it was shut off at like 17. Damn, 17. 38 something. I clicked the button. All right, let me clean up really quick. This is it here. Still good had a decent crema for like 2 weeks out and under extracted. And they always say too, better to be under extracted than over extracted. Over extracted, you're gonna denature the roast or the brew more than you would under extract. Has like a mustiness to it. Let's see. No, let's let that cool down. That's pretty good. Let's let that cool down. We'll try this out really quick. So this is the pour over. That's too hot. All right, back to the espresso. The other thing I was always wondering was with a lighter roast, is it better to just do like a 1 to 2.5 or 1 to 3? I don't know what I get. It's definitely like earthy. I get like an earthiness. I don't really get much. If I had to assume anything, I get like an orange peel where there's like a bit of flavor, but it's very bitter. Well, not bitter, like I guess a bitteriness. Extended anaerobic. I wonder. Now let's try these out. This one out. Still warm. No, I'm just gonna cheat. Let's see. I bet you it's not gonna be anything like what's on the bag. Kiwi, green grape, vibrant. Kiwi and green grape. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little. I could somewhat remember like a kiwi green grape flavor. More kiwi, I would say, than green grape. I should have cleaned the lens. Sorry about that. I had to clean off there was like some coffee drips on the lens. Oh, it's still like too hot. I don't know. Let me let it sit for a little bit. All right. Figured it was too warm. It was too hot, the coffee, so I did some cleaning up. I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit of flavor come through. I don't know, it's not much. Definitely feel like this was the least enjoyed coffee that I've had from Flux. I mean, I messed up the espresso, so we could do another one, if anything, when I get back from New York, or later today, just to see. I'm definitely not getting too much flavor from either of them. There's a part of me that feels like, I mean, obviously the pour over, I'm still getting, I gotta get better at, and nail a ratio, because obviously your ratio, your water temperature, your method could affect it. But I feel like my machine's starting to act up. I mean, we're looking at a 5-year-old machine. I've never had the boiler changed. I had something in here changed. I think it was the pump. I think the pump was changed. I could be wrong, but something in here. I feel like this machine's starting to go. I feel like it's louder and it vibrates more than it used to. I don't know if it's regulating the temperature correctly, but I'm not saying I have the cash to get another one right now because I'm saving up for a wedding. But I think there's a part of me that thinks this machine's starting to go. That could be completely wrong. It could all be in my head, and I'm just bad at pulling espresso. There's literally a crow on the neighbor's roof. Just chilling. I feel like the flavor is definitely coming through a little better. That's why you gotta let it cool down. I'm just on a time crunch right now, so I gotta leave to work in 20 minutes. Kiwi, green grape. With this, definitely way more green grape than kiwi. If I had to pick a flavor, but I may have to do a round 2 with this one just to judge it fairly. I mean, I paid $25 for that, so might as well give it another try. So this will be part 1 of the video. Part 2, we'll do it again. I'll change my pour over method to another one, or maybe I just gotta let the temperature come down. I started doing it at 95 degrees Celsius. Maybe it should be a little lighter, a little lower in temp. That could be a fix. I don't know, but we'll figure it out next time. I'm gonna try to nail these both. But I appreciate you guys hanging with me this morning. Part 2 is gonna be coming out soon. Once I get it recorded, probably gonna be Monday. And we'll find out then. I'll see you guys.